Revenge with Karen. I smell bad credit the way a shark smells a drop of blood in an Olympic-sized swimming pool. It's a specific scent, a mix of desperate cologne, over-whitened teeth, and the distinct musk of someone who thinks net 30 is a tennis score. I've been running this dealership for 15 years. I took it over when my husband decided a midlife crisis looked better on a 20-year-old barista than it did on his tax returns. I kept the business, kept the hair plugs. I think I won. My office is a glass box overlooking the showroom floor. From up here, I watch the dance. I watch men in suits sweating over apras, and I watch soccer moms debating whether heated seats are worth the extra $10 a month. I don't sell dreams, I sell liabilities wrapped in leather and chrome. If you pay, you drive. If you don't, have a guy named Mikey who can extract a vehicle from a locked garage in under 3 minutes without waking up the neighbors. It was a Tuesday when the circus came to town. My niece Lexi is a sweet girl, but her brain is made of cotton candy and Instagram filters. She walked in holding hands with a kid who looked like he'd been manufactured in a lab funded by TikTok and Adderall. His name was Blaze, not William or Robert. Blaze was wearing distressed denim that cost more than my first car and holding a gimbal with an iPhone attached to it like a life support system. He was filming himself walking into my dealership. "What is up, fam? We are here at Prestige Motors, about to make some boss moves." He shouted at his phone, ignoring the 60-year-old customers trying to sign paperwork in peace. I took a sip of my espresso. Black, bitter, just how I like my mornings and my revenge. Speaking of things I like, if you enjoy watching arrogant children get dismantled by contract law, go ahead and hit subscribe button and maybe drop a like. It keeps the coffee brewing and the repo trucks fueled. Anyway, back to the disaster. Lexi waved at me through the glass, beaming. I sighed, adjusted my blazer, and walked down the stairs. The click-clack of my heels usually silences the floor, but Blaze was too busy narrating his own existence to notice. "TD," Lexi squealed, rushing to hug me. She smelled like vanilla vape juice and bad decisions. "This is Blaze, the one I told you about." Blaze finally lowered the camera, but kept it recording. He looked me up and down, assessing my value in the algorithm of his life. "Yo, nice setup, a little boomer chic, but I vibe with the retro energy." I stared at him. I didn't blink. "Blaze, is that on your birth certificate? Is that just what happens to your brain cells when you speak?" He laughed, a hollow, rehearsed sound. "Funny, I love a feisty lady. Look, Lexi said you run this joint. I'm looking to upgrade my brand. I need something that screams I made it, you know, Porsche. Maybe a Macan or a 911 if you're feeling generous." Generous, I repeated, tasting the word. It tasted like bile. "This is a business, Blaze. We exchange currency for goods. We don't trade in vibes." "It's exposure, Auntie," Lexi interjected, eyes wide. "Blaze has like 200,000 followers. If he drives one of your cars, everyone will want one." I looked at Blaze. He was leaning against a pristine Audi R8, the rivets on his jeans dangerously close to the paint. "Get off the paint," I snapped. He jumped. "Look," Blaze said, putting on his serious businessman face, which looked remarkably like a toddler trying to hold in a fart. "I'm in between massive sponsorship deals right now. My agent is finalizing a contract with a major energy drink. Huge numbers. I just need the whip for like 6 months. To cement the image. I'll tag you in every post. Prestige Motors, best in the game. You can't buy that kind of marketing. I can, actually. And I do. And it doesn't involve giving a $70,000 asset to a teenager who looks like he steals copper wire for fun." Then I looked at Lexi. She was desperate for him to look cool. She wanted this to work so bad she was practically vibrating. And I looked at Blaze, so confident, so sure that the world owed him a toy because he was pretty on the internet. A dark, cold idea began to form in the back of my mind. It was the finance controller part of my brain, the part that loves fine print and late fees. "You want a Porsche," I said slowly. "I need a Porsche," he corrected. "The content and you have income. Proof of residence, a credit score that starts with a 7. I have clout," he said, dead serious. "And the money is coming, guaranteed. Bro, trust me." "I don't trust bros, Blaze. I trust contracts." I smiled and Lexi shivered. She knows that smile. That's the smile I wear when I'm about to foreclose on a house. "But for family, maybe we can work something out. Come up to my office. Let's look at the inventory." He high-fived the air. "Let's go, manifesting this." He didn't manifest anything. He just walked into a spider web. My office is designed to make people uncomfortable. The chairs are slightly too low, so I'm always looking down at you. The air conditioning is set to morgue. I sat behind my mahogany desk, a slab of wood heavy enough to crush a man, and pulled out the high-risk lease forms. Blaze was live streaming the view from my window, talking about closing deals and boss mentality. Hadn't even looked at the car yet, really. He just wanted the badge. He wanted the crest on the steering wheel to frame his crotch in photos. "Okay, Blaze," I said, sliding a stack of paper across the desk. The sound of paper sliding on wood is my favorite ASMR. Here's the deal. Since you're expecting funds, I'm going to structure this as a short-term promotional lease. We'll put you in a 2018 Porsche Cayman. Black on black. It's used, but it photographs well. 2018, he wrinkled his nose. Vintage, I can work with that. Retro vibes are in. It's not vintage, you turnip. It's 5 years old, I muttered. Now the terms, you put down $2,000 today. That covers the acquisition fee and the first month. Your payments are due on the 1st. No grace period. If you miss a payment, the contract defaults immediately. Do you understand? Yeah, money dates, whatever, he said, waving a hand while checking his hair in his phone reflection. $2,000 is chill. I can Venmo you. We take cashier's checks or wire transfers. This isn't a lemonade stand. I tapped the paper. And this clause here, Section 14B. It states that the vehicle remains the property of Prestige Motors until the lease is satisfied. It also authorizes the installation of a remote disabled device and GPS tracking for insurance purposes. Standard for high-risk, promotional clients. He didn't even read it. He just saw a line for signature and scribbled something that looked like a seismograph reading during an earthquake. And this one, I pointed to Section 19. The reputation clause. You cannot use the vehicle in the commission of a crime, nor can you misrepresent the ownership status in a way that damages the dealership's brand liability. Bro, I'm an influencer. My brand is flawless. Scoffed, signing again. He was signing his death warrant with a Mont Blanc pen I'd lent him, probably thinking about how to steal the pen too. Lexi was sitting in the corner, looking nervous. Auntie D, are you sure this is okay? The payments seem kinda high. He's a big shot, Lexi, I said, locking eyes with Blaze. Big shots pay big premiums. Right, Blaze? Exactly, babe. Don't worry your pretty little head. The energy drink money is gonna drop any day now. He stood up and slammed the pen down. So where are the keys? I got a sunset to catch. I took the file and placed it neatly in the pending doom tray on my desk. Downstairs. My porter is bringing it around. Oh, and Blaze, he turned, already typing a caption. Sup, drive safe. We track speed, braking patterns, and location. If you crash it, you owe me the full value of the car plus 20% administrative fees. I don't take exposure as payment for a total Porsche. He laughed. You're funny, Auntie. You should start a podcast. Grumpy car lady. It'd kill. He walked out. I waited until the door clicked shut. Then I picked up the phone and dialed the service department. Hey, Jimmy. Yeah, it's Danielle. That Cayman going out to the kid? Yeah, put the premium tracker on it. The one with the remote kill switch and the microphone access. I want to know exactly where he is, how fast he's going, and what he's saying when he realizes he's broke. I swiveled my chair to watch them leave. Blaze was already posing on the hood of the car in the lot, doing some kind of hand sign that probably meant I'm illiterate in gang sign language. Lexi looked happy, though, for now. That was the hardest part. Knowing I was handing her boyfriend a rope he would inevitably use to hang himself, and that she'd get rope burn trying to save him. But some lessons you have to learn the hard way. And in my world, tuition is due on the 1st of the month. For the next 30 days, my life became a twisted reality show starring Blaze and my Porsche. I have a burner Instagram account I use for market research. Let's call it that. I followed him. His first post was a photo of the steering wheel, the Porsche crest perfectly centered, with his hand draped over it wearing a fake Rolex that ticked so loud I could practically hear it through the JPEG. Caption: hard work pays off. New toy added to the fleet. #blessed #grindset #Porsche life #CEO. The fleet was a 2004 Honda Civic with a spoiler held on by duct tape and prayers, which he had parked behind a dumpster 3 blocks from his apartment. I knew this because I checked the GPS logs every morning with my coffee, drove the Cayman everywhere. To the gym, where he took selfies in the mirror but never actually lifted weights, to the club where the car idled in the VIP valet lane for 4 hours, and to meetings which, according to the GPS, took place exclusively in the parking lots of Taco Bell and his dealer's house. Not the car dealer. The other kind. 2 weeks in, the payment reminder started. My system sends an automated email 5 days before the due date. Subject, invoice #9942 payment upcoming. Blaze posted a story that same day. He was fanning himself with a stack of $20 bills that looked suspiciously like the rent money Lexi had mentioned she lent him. Money is energy, fam. Keep it flowing. Don't let the haters stop your shine. The first of the month came. No payment. The second came. No payment. On the third, I sent a text to Lexi. Hey, sweetie. Just a heads up. System flag is up on Blaze's account. Tell him to wire it by 5 p.m. or the late fees kick in. She replied instantly. OMG, sorry. He's just waiting on the wire from the energy drink guys. It's international banking, you know how it is. I'll Venmo you half now. My heart broke a little. She was covering for him. I didn't take her money. I sent back, no, Lexi. The contract is with him, he pays. Tell him. An hour later, Blaze called the dealership. Not my cell, the main line. My receptionist, Brenda, who has the patience of a saint and the voice of a chain smoker, patched him through. Yo, Auntie D, what's with the aggressive texts? You're stressing my girl out. I'm not your Aunt Blaze and I'm not aggressive. I'm contractual, you're 3 days late. Bro, chill. The money is in escrow. Do you know what escrow is? It's like waiting money. It's coming. I'm good for it. Don't you see my numbers? Got 50,000 likes on the car reveal video. That's brand value for you. I can't pay my electric bill with likes, Blaze. You have 24 hours or the late fee doubles. You're so toxic, he sighed. Fine, I'll move some crypto around. But you're killing my vibe. He paid the next day. A cash drop-off. A literal envelope of crumpled bills, mostly 10s and 20s, smelling like stripper perfume and despair. Threw it on Brenda's desk and walked out without a word, filming a story as he exited. Just dropped a bag at the dealership. Cash only, boss moves, they hate to see you winning. I counted the money. It was $40 short. I added the $40 to his tab as a clerical processing fee and let it slide. For now. But the GPS data was getting interesting. He was taking the car to places that voided the warranty. Dirt roads, industrial parks at 3 a.m., donuts in a warehouse district. I saved every snippet of data. Every time the engine RPM redlined, I logged it. Every time he exceeded 100 mph, I logged it. He wasn't driving a car, he was building a legal case against himself. And he was doing it with a smile, convinced he was untouchable because he had a blue check mark next to his name on an app that could delete him tomorrow. He thought the car was a trophy, didn't realize it was a leash, and I was just waiting for him to run out of slack. Month 2 came and went. The payment was late again. This time, Lexi paid it. I saw the transfer come from her account, labeled consulting fee. I called her. She didn't pick up. She sent a text. He's good for it, Auntie. He just has liquidity issues right now because he's investing in his merch line. Liquidity issues. The kid was as liquid as a brick. By month 3, pretense dropped. Blaze stopped answering calls from the dealership entirely. He blocked the finance department's number, but he didn't block me on Instagram. That would be bad for business. My view counted as engagement, after all. He started getting sloppy. He posted a video titled How I Bought My Dream Car at 19 No Rich Parents. In the video, he leaned against the Cayman, wearing sunglasses indoors. Yeah, guys, a lot of people ask me, Blaze, did you drop 70K cash on a Porsche? It's mindset. I walked in there, I told them who I was, and I slapped the money on the table. They begged me to take it. They literally begged me. Because they know association with Blaze is worth more than the sticker price. I watched that video in my office, eating a kale salad that tasted like wet cardboard. I wasn't angry. Anger is a hot emotion. It burns out. What I felt was cold. It felt like a glacier moving slowly toward a village built on a floodplain. I printed a transcript of the video. I added it to the file. Exhibit C, misrepresentation of ownership, material breach of contract clause 19. Then came the industry mixer. Every quarter, the local luxury dealers host a cars and coffee event. It's usually a bunch of old men comparing the stitching on their Ferraris. But this time, Blaze showed up. He wasn't invited. He rolled in with the Cayman, flanked by 3 other creators, kids with tripods and 0 life skills. I was standing near the espresso cart, talking to the owner of the BMW dealership down the street. Blaze saw me. For a second, he looked panicked. Then the mask slid back on. He walked over, camera rolling. Yo, it's the lady from the lot, he shouted, loud enough for half the event to turn around. He threw an arm around my shoulder. I stiffened, smelled like cheap energy drinks and fear. Guys, this is Danielle. She handles the paperwork for my fleet. She's like my assistant, basically. Keeps the files organized while I handle the vision. Right, D? The owner of the BMW dealership looked at me, eyebrows raised. He knew I owned the place. He knew I could buy Blaze's entire bloodline with the petty cash in my safe. I slowly removed Blaze's arm from my shoulder. I used 2 fingers, like I was picking up a dead rat. Assistant, I said, my voice low. Blaze, you haven't paid your invoice for this month. You're currently driving a stolen vehicle, technically. He laughed, a loud, braying sound. Oh, she's such a joker. British humor, right? Dry, nah, we're good. My accountants handle the small stuff. I don't touch invoices. That's peasant work. He turned to his camera. See? Even the staff loves me. We out here. He walked away, leaving me standing there. BMW owner leaned in. You going to kill him? No, I said, smoothing my blazer. I'm going to let him fatten up a little more. The slaughter is better when the pig is full of confidence. That night, I checked the GPS. He had driven the car to a wrap shop. He was planning to wrap the car neon green. Clause 8, modification of vehicle appearance without written consent, is strictly prohibited and constitutes immediate termination of lease. I picked up my phone and called Mikey, my repo specialist. Mikey, wake up. I have a job for you. It's going to be public. It's going to be loud. And I want you to wear your nice shirt. The event was called Lux Life Expo. It was a pop-up in the Arts District, a warehouse filled with rented Lamborghinis, models who looked bored, and booths selling unauthorized crypto schemes. Lexi had begged me to come. He's a keynote speaker, Auntie. He's doing a panel on wealth velocity. I went. Not for support, but for surveillance. I wore my best suit, Armani, charcoal gray, sharp enough to cut glass. I stood in the back, near a booth selling gold-plated HDMI cables. Blaze was on stage. He was wearing a headset microphone and pacing like Tony Robbins on meth. You have to seize the asset, he yelled. Don't ask for permission. Take it. I walked into that dealership and I told them, I'm the asset now. And boom, Porsche in the driveway. The crowd of 12-year-olds and 30-year-old men living in their moms' basements cheered. After the speech, he held court in the parking lot. The Cayman was there. He had gone through with it. He had wrapped the hood neon green. Just the hood. It looked like the car had a runny nose. I walked over. Lexi saw me and looked down, biting her lip. She knew about the wrap. She knew he hadn't paid. She looked tired. Sparkle was gone. Blaze was leaning on the car, holding a microfiber rag. He was filming a transition video, one of those where he drops the rag and the car changes color via editing. He saw me approaching. He saw the way I was looking at the neon hood. He knew he was in violation. But he had an audience, about 20 kids with phones. He had to be the alpha. He tossed the rag at me. It hit me in the chest. The silence that followed was heavy. Rag slid down my silk blouse and landed on the asphalt. Wash my Porsche, sweetheart. Blaze shouted, grinning like a hyena. It's looking a little dusty. Chop, chop. The lighting is perfect right now. The kids giggled. One of them zoomed in on my face. Is that your maid? Someone asked. Basically, Blaze crowed. She comes with the car, part of the service package. I looked at the rag on the ground, then I looked at Lexi. She was pale. Blaze, stop, she whispered. Chill, babe. Auntie D knows her place. She works for me, right? I pay her salary. He didn't pay my salary. He hadn't paid anything in 60 days. I didn't yell. I didn't make a scene. I didn't even pick up the rag. I simply smiled. It was the smile of a coroner who just found the cause of death and realizes it's going to be an easy paperwork day. Nice rap, Blaze, I said softly. My voice carried just enough for the microphone on his chest to pick it up. Do you get written permission for that, per clause 8? I don't need permission to ball, he laughed. Okay, I said, enjoy the expo. I turned and walked away. That's right, walk away, he yelled after me. Go get some soap. I walked straight to my car, a quiet hybrid Lexus. I sat in the driver's seat and locked the doors. My hands were shaking, not from fear, but from the adrenaline of pure, distilled hatred. I pulled up the contact for my legal team. Draft the writ of replevin. Immediate seizure. Breach of contract. Damage to property. Harassment. And get the cease and desist ready for every brand he's tagged in the last 3 months. Then I called Mikey. It's time. The tracker says he's at the Arts District. But don't take it yet. He's doing a live stream tomorrow at noon. The millionaire mindset rally at the beach. You want me to take it then? Mikey asked, his voice thick with anticipation. Yes, I said. And Mikey, the flatbed, the big one. I want everyone to see it leave the ground. He treated me like help. Fine, I'll help him. I'll help him become the most famous pedestrian in Ohio. The next 12 hours were a symphony of logistics. Repossessing a car isn't just about grabbing it. It's about the paperwork ensuring they can't sue you for emotional distress afterward. My lawyer, Saul, yes, really, had the breach notice notarized by 9 a.m. Default reason 1, non-payment 90 days. Default reason 2, unauthorized modification neon hood. Default reason 3, violation of reputation clause, public disparagement of lien holder. I had screenshots, I had video clips. I had the transcript of him calling me his maid. I called Lexi at 10 a.m. She sounded like she'd been crying. Lexi, I said, my voice gentle, I need you to not be in the car today at noon. Why? She sniffled. Blaze is doing his big beach stream. He wants me to hold the reflector. Do not be in the car. Do not be near the car. In fact, maybe go visit your mom. Today, Auntie D, please don't be mad at him. He's under pressure. I'm not mad, Lexi. I'm just doing business. Just promise me, stay out of the frame. Okay, she knew. Deep down, she knew. At 11:30 a.m., I met Mikey at a coffee shop 3 blocks from the beach. Mikey is 6'4", shaped like a vending machine, and has a mustache that belongs in a 1970s police procedural. We ready, boss? He asked, stirring 5 sugars into his latte. We're ready. The tracker shows he's parked right on the promenade. He paid for premium spot to stage the shot. Beautiful, Mikey grinned. I love a paved surface, makes the hookup smooth. I pulled up Blaze's stream on my phone. He was already live. Yo guys, we are live at the beach. Beautiful day to be rich. Look at the whip, look at the shine. We got the neon hood popping. Haters said I couldn't do it, but here we are. He was leaning against the Cayman wearing swim trunks and a fur coat, in July in Ohio. The comments were flying by, King, goals, is that a rental? He blocked that user immediately. I watched him preen. I watched him check his reflection in the window of the car he hadn't paid for in 3 months. He's clueless, Mikey noted, looking over my shoulder. He's about to be enlightened, I said. I sent the final signal to the dealership's IT guy. Disable the ignition remotely. Now. On the screen, Blaze tried to rev the engine for the stream. Nothing happened. He tried again. Silence. Yo, hold on fam. Key fob battery is acting up. Too much solar interference or something. He laughed nervously. It's dead, I told Mikey. He can't run. Let's ride. I didn't drive my Lexus. I'd shotgun in the tow truck. The cab smelled of diesel and old fast food wrappers, the scent of justice. We rumbled down the coastal highway, the massive flatbed casting a shadow over the road. I checked my makeup in the visor mirror. Lipstick, blood red. Expression, neutral. I wasn't going there to scream. I wasn't going there to argue. I was going there to be exactly what he said I was, the person who handles the paperwork. As we turned the corner onto the beach promenade, I saw him. The neon green hood was visible from a mile away. A small crowd had gathered. He was still trying to start the car, banging on the steering wheel. Showtime, Mikey said, downshifting. The air brakes hissed, a sound like a dragon waking up. The sound of a heavy-duty diesel engine is unmistakable. It's a deep, guttural thrum that vibrates in your chest. Mikey pulled the truck up onto the promenade, ignoring the no commercial vehicle sign because we had a repo order, which is basically a hall pass from God. The crowd parted. Blaze looked up. He squinted at the truck. He didn't recognize it at first. He just saw a big truck ruining his shot. Yo, move that thing, we're filming here, he yelled, waving his arms. Mikey put the truck in park. The hydraulic brakes engaged with a loud PSSSHHH, opened the passenger door and stepped down. The drop from the cab is high. I landed solidly in my heels, not stumbling once. Blaze's face went from annoyance to confusion to recognition. Then, pure horror. The camera was still rolling. His friend Tripod, I assume that was his name, was pointing the phone right at us. Auntie D, Blaze stammered. The swagger evaporated. What are you doing here? Did you bring the spare key? The car won't start. I walked past him. I didn't look at him. I looked at the car. I walked around it, inspecting the bumper, checking the rims for curb rash. I ran a finger over the neon green wrap on the hood. Cheap vinyl, I noted loud enough for the stream. Going to be a pain to peel off. Yo, I'm talking to you. Blaze tried to step in front of me, but Mikey was already out of the truck. Mikey stood next to me, crossing his arms. His biceps were the size of Blaze's head. Ma'am, Mikey said, playing his part perfectly. He looked at clipboard. Is this the unit? The live stream chat was going insane. I could see the comments scrolling on Tripod's screen. Wait, who is that? Is that the lady from the expo, Repo? El Mao, I turned to Mikey. VIN ends in 4922. Confirm. Mikey checked the windshield VIN plate. Confirmed. 4922. Owner is Prestige Motors. Wait, hold on. Blaze grabbed my arm. Ike swatted his hand away instantly. Blaze recoiled. Danielle, stop. You can't do this. I'm live. I have 3,000 people watching. Good, I said calmly. Then 3,000 people can learn about credit scores. I paid you. I sent the cash. He lied, his voice cracking. You missed 3 payments, Blaze. You wrapped the vehicle without authorization. You publicly disparaged the lien holder. The contract is terminated. Clause 22, Section C. Ike lowered the flatbed ramp. It clanged against the pavement. The sound was final. He hooked the chains to the undercarriage. Blaze was frantic now, running between me and the car. Babe, tell them. He yelled at Lexi, who was hiding behind a palm tree, crying. She didn't move. Danielle, please. I'll pay you double next week. The energy drink deal is signed. I swear on my mother. You swore on your mother regarding the down payment, too, I said. Mother has very little equity left in this conversation. Mikey engaged the winch. The cable tightened. The Porsche, my Porsche, began to slide backward up the ramp. The screech of tires on pavement was agonizing. My wrap, you're scratching the wrap, Blaze screamed. It's not your wrap, I said. It's vandalism. The car reached the top of the bed. Mikey secured the wheels. He locked the chains. Blaze turned to the camera, tears actually streaming down his face now. Guys, this is a prank. It's a prank. We're doing a stress test video. See how the haters react. I stepped into the frame. I looked directly into the lens. It's not a prank, I said. It's a repossession. Case number 884 Bravo. If you're a sponsor of this individual, I suggest you check your ROI. He has a credit score of 420 and a bank balance of 0. I signaled Mikey. Take it away. I got back in the truck. Blaze chased us for about 20 feet, slapping the side of the flatbed, screaming about his image. As we drove off, I watched him in the side mirror. He fell to his knees on the pavement, surrounded by influencers filming his breakdown. Want to stop for lunch? Mikey asked. Tacos, I said. Extra guac, I'm buying. By the time we got the car back to the lot, the clip was viral. Not Blaze viral, fake views from bots in Russia, but actual viral. It was on TikTok, Twitter, and Reddit. The title was mostly variations of Fake Influencer Gets Repo'd Midstream by Boss Lady. I sat in my office and watched the internet do what it does best, excavate the truth. People found the energy drink company he claimed was sponsoring him. It was a drop-shipping scam run by a guy in Florida. They flooded the company's page. The company issued a statement within 2 hours. We have no affiliation with Blaze. Do not condone financial irresponsibility. Then came the emails. My inbox pinged, cease and desist Nike. Apparently, he had been wearing fake Nikes and claiming they were a collab. Inquiry venue management. The expo wanted to distance themselves. Blaze tried to spin it. He posted a video from his bathroom, the only place with good lighting left, I assume. Yo, that lady is crazy. She's my ex. She's obsessed with me. Stole the car because I wouldn't sleep with her. It's a crime of passion, fam. I didn't respond on social media. I responded via Saul. Saul drafted a defamation lawsuit. We didn't file it. We just sent a draft to his DM. Dear Mr. Blaze, regarding your recent post alleging a sexual relationship with my client. Attached are the dealership security logs, your payment history, and a sworn affidavit regarding your lack of payments. Track the statement and issue a public apology within 60 minutes, or we will seek damages for libel per se. P.S. We also know you live in your mother's basement, not the penthouse you geotagged. Don't make us subpoena the lease. The video was deleted in 4 minutes. Lexi came to my office the next day. She looked terrible. No makeup, messy bun. She sat in the chair across from me, the one Blaze had sat in 3 months ago. I broke up with him, he said quietly. Good, I said. I didn't look up from my spreadsheet. He asked me to borrow my car, my Ford Fiesta. He said the Porsche was in the shop for upgrades. He's consistent, I'll give him that. You ruined his life, Auntie D. I put down my pen. No, Lexi, I didn't. I gave him a contract. He signed it. He breached it. I enforced it. That's not ruining a life, that's accounting. Everyone is laughing at him. He invited the audience, Lexi. Sold tickets to the circus. He can't complain when the lions eat the clown. She started crying. I feel so stupid. I believed him. He said he was going to take care of me. I stood up and walked around the desk. I handed her a tissue. Men who talk about taking care of you usually need a nurse, a mother, or a banker. Find a man who just takes care of himself, then you'll be fine. She blew her nose. What happens to the car? Peeled the neon wrap off this morning. It took some paint with it. He owes me $2,000 for the bodywork. I'll send the bill to collections. He won't pay it, of course. but it'll sit on his credit report for 7 years. Every time he tries to rent an apartment, buy a phone, or lease a car, my name will be there. A little ghost in the machine. She looked at me with a mix of fear and respect. You're scary, Auntie. I'm competent, Lexi. In this world, it's often the same thing. The phone rang. It was Brenda. Danielle, there's a guy on line 1. Says he's Blaze's manager. Wants to discuss a settlement. I smiled. Put him through. The manager was Blaze. He was using a voice changer app that made him sound like Darth Vader with a head cold. This is management, the voice boomed. We want to propose a collab to settle the debt. A series of apology videos sponsored by Prestige Motors. A redemption arc. People love a comeback. Took a sip of my coffee. Blaze, I know it's you. Silence. Then the voice changer turned off. Look, D, come on, I'm ruined. I lost 40,000 followers in 2 days. My mom is kicking me out because the neighbors are complaining about the paparazzi. Well, the kids throwing eggs at the house. That sounds difficult, I said, flipping through a magazine. Just give me the car back for a week. Let me film a video saying we worked it out. I'll say you're the best. I'll say you're a visionary. I don't need your endorsement, Blaze. My sales are up 15% this week. Turns out, people like a dealership that doesn't take crap from influencers. We're trending on LinkedIn. Do you know who is on LinkedIn? People with money, please, he whispered. It was the first honest thing he'd said in months. I have nothing. You have a lesson, I said. It's worth more than the Porsche. Goodbye, Blaze, I hung up. Then I blocked the number. 3 weeks later, I was driving home. I took the scenic route along the strip where the other dealerships are. I saw him. He was standing on the sidewalk in front of Crazy Al's used cars, a lot known for selling flooded salvage titles. He was holding a sign, a cardboard sign. Car wash today, $10. Ask for Blaze. He wasn't filming. He wasn't streaming. He was wearing a uniform polo shirt that was 2 sizes too big. He looked tired. He looked 19. It was in my Lexus. The windows are tinted, but I rolled mine down just a crack. I pulled up to the red light right in front of him. He looked at the car. He didn't see me in the shadows of the cabin. He just saw a nice car. Wash your car, ma'am? $10, best shine in town, he yelled, forcing a smile. The light turned green. I didn't say anything. I didn't throw a rag at him. I didn't mock him. I just pressed the accelerator. The electric motor hummed, smooth, powerful, and paid for. I drove away, leaving him in the exhaust of the real world. He wanted to be famous. He wanted a narrative. Well, he got one. He's the guy who tried to finesse the repo queen. And me, I went home, poured a glass of Pinot Noir, and opened my laptop. I had a new review on Google, 1 star. Owner is mean, unprofessional, do not recommend. User, King Blaze official, I laughed. Then I replied, thank you for your feedback. Our records indicate you were never a customer, merely a liability we wrote off. Best of luck with the car wash business. MGMT, I hit send. I took a sip of wine. God, I love contracts. The end. Don't forget to pay your bills, kids.
Life doesn't always hand out clean endings, but sometimes it gives you exactly what you need. Thanks for listening. Until next time.